Yo, what's up, guys? Frankie Forsyth back here with another video, and this one is going to be about how and why semen retention is the only thing that will give you true strength as a man. And I mean, this is for several reasons that I'm going to go over, but one main one is a quote from, I believe it was Socrates, but I'm not sure. It could be Aristotle or something. But the closer a man becomes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. And the more you think about that, the more it's true. Because real strength is within your emotional control, your control over your mind, because your mind is either your greatest enemy or your best friend. If you're in these mental loops of anxiety and depression and stuff, your mind can be a fucking bitch. And I know because I've been there. It's horrible. It's like trying to climb out of hell, literally. And all the demons are trying to drag you back down and stuff. You're still addicted to PMO and masturbation, and you're still addicted to things that you know you need to evolve from, but you haven't yet. And that's neither here nor there, or you may not be in due time for that, and you may just be trying, as long as you're trying to overcome these things. But the main thing that I want to talk about today is how when you start the semen retention journey and you're serious about trying to control your sexual desires, and I'm not saying permanently, I'm not saying that you need to do this in a kind of like a virtue signaling way, and in ways that are like very dogmatic and strict, and some people might say over the top. But some people like to go all in on that kind of stuff and go like years on semen retention. But that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to get across is, when you start this journey in general with like an earnest attempt to stop overly lusting at women and stop letting that snowball effect take place. And what I mean by snowball effect is, and this is why your mind is not calm when you are doing PMO. It is actually the opposite of that. You're constantly in like a nervous state, because it's the whole sexual alchemy and sexual energy and the orgasm and all this stuff is connected to your nervous system. Like when you have an orgasm, that is your nervous system. So when you abstain from these things, you're basically resetting your nervous system, so you're not nervous all the time. And like I said, when you abstain from doing that kind of stuff, like you see a woman that you find attractive, and don't get me wrong, like when you're on semen retention, you're going to have that a little bit of lust stuck. It's hard to determine like where the line between lust and like natural sexual attraction is. Everybody's gonna have a different answer for you when you ask them that question. But when you're able to stop yourself and not fall into your old ways of maybe like edging, just staring at the woman and like literally like following her around and shit, or say you ask for her number and she doesn't like you that much, so... But when you're lusting after her, if this were the case, you'd still, like, be trying to get your way in there. Like, you'd still be staring at her. And, like, just imagining... It's all in your mind. Everything is in the mind. Lust, anger, greed, all the sins start in the mind. And it's one thing if they're in your mind, but when you let that seep out into your reality and other people's reality, then that's when it starts to become a problem. But yeah, when you refrain from doing these things, you're no longer nervous anymore. You don't, when you see an attractive girl, you don't, like, instantly, like, start getting that nervous sexual energy. That's bad sexual energy. That nervous energy. And that's why so many guys, you know, they can't just approach a woman and be calm. Because their mind is not calm. They are nervous because their nervous system is being overused. It's being... What's the word I'm looking for? Their nervous system is, like, out of whack. It's not where it should be because it's not natural to be jerking off every day and be watching other people have sex and pornography and shit like this and touching yourself to it. That is not natural whatsoever. So this messes with your entire nervous system. And your nervous system is all out of whack. So when you go to talk to a woman that you might find attractive or something, that nervous behavior shows through, like, clear as day. Even if you're trying to hide it, they can sense those little intonations in your voice, those little slip-ups in body language and shit like this. And there's no point in trying to fake it. This is what I mean. This is why I think channels that talk about, oh, how your body language should be around women and stuff like this, I'll never make videos on that. I'll never make videos on that. Because you're basically just teaching people how to be fake. Why would I ever tell you guys how to act around a woman? First of all, it's different for every man because women find different men attractive. I mean, there is a set of qualities that most women like being dominant and not completely introverted, but more silent than talkative, because women are more talkative than men, but they want you to be able to talk to people and be able to socialize. But certain women like more extroverted men and certain women like more introverted men. That's what I'm talking about. It's different for every man how you should act around a woman, because you also have to take into account your own qualities and your own faults and how you are as a person, because not everybody's the same. Like a naturally extroverted person, you wouldn't give them the same advice as a naturally introverted person. But people like to make these dogmatic videos on how you should do something one way, but that's why I'll never make videos like that. And it basically just teaches people how to be somebody they're not. And women can see that instantly. Anyways, this is what true strength is. It has very little to do with your physical appearance. It has very little to do with how many people you can beat up, how many guns you can shoot. Everybody's always got a bigger gun, man. Everybody's always got a bigger bomb. Everybody's always got a better aim than you. Everybody's always got faster hands than you. Everybody's always got something stronger than you. But something not everybody has is the ability to control their primal urges. And that's where it takes true strength, because you're fighting thousands and thousands and thousands of years of evolution that has basically told you to do these things. And another thing like this that will truly make you strong is something like fasting and stuff like this, or like cold water exposure, stuff like this. It hardens your mind, and that's where the true strength lies. Everything starts in your mind first. But yeah, the closer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. I really like that quote, because, you know, if you've had anxiety or depression or anything like this, you know how fast your mind can race. You know how fast you can slip down that slippery slope of creating false scenarios in your head, creating ideas even about yourself or other people that aren't true, that have little to no evidence behind them. And doing semen retention, it really helps slow your mind down in these scenarios. Especially when, like I said, when you see a woman, because that is like the stem. That is where all this stems from. When you cut down the stem, you cut down the whole tree or the whole plant. But yeah, that's it for this video. It's getting kind of long. I'm going to cut it off now. But yeah, at least practice semen retention in an earnest attempt to stop having that neurotic thinking about having sex with women and thinking lustfully after them. Just slow your mind down. And obviously this will bleed into other areas too. You will naturally be more calm, and you'll naturally be stronger. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.